staying grounded is absolutely mandatory, very important. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to just get out of your mind by going into your body, getting into something physical, going for a run, doing push-ups, breathing, deep breathing exercises. This stuff is good because it's so easy to be constantly thinking and worrying about other shit, the monkey mind, if you will. But the inner peace is almost always available to you, unless you have, a broken bone or an illness, or you're really sick, or you're right in the middle of a very dangerous situation. Like right now, I'm just standing in the woods. There's literally nothing wrong. I mean, there's plenty of things I could be worrying about. There's plenty of stuff in the news, Ukraine, Russia, Trump, inflation, supply lines, all sorts of shit. The culture war, all sorts of stuff to be worrying about. But right now, literally everything's fine. And it's important to be able to access that. And you do that through practice and having a good physical practice it's mandatory. If people really need to take a step back and realize that our modern life is really, it's quite new to the human experience. For most of known history, most people are just working all day long just to survive, or hunter-gatherers spend all of their waking hours just acquiring and eating food and shelter. Like that was just what life consisted of. And I've been to a lot of poor places throughout the world. And one of the things that stuck out to me the most was when I was just after I graduated high school. I ended up in the Solomon Islands, which is, these people are impoverished, third world, I would say. Like people running around barefoot, living in shacks. A lot of these people were happy as clams. They really weren't worried about what was going on. Didn't have careers or anything like that. They were very poor, but also very happy. And that was really, that had an impact on me, because I was just like, these people have a coconut chilling on the beach. What more can you need? And now, I don't think people should go and be impoverished and get rid of their ambition. But to be able to have, it's difficult to be able to stay intensely on the path, but to maintain that inner peace. But why not try and achieve that? It's always accessible to you, and sometimes it's more difficult than others. Like there's times when starting a business, sometimes the bank account went into the red, and I had these thoughts where it's just like I want to just like curl up and lay down and like give up, but then it's just like I can't. So you might as well just bang some push-ups and keep going. It's really interesting. I've read a few different books where I feel like people who have gone through really intense hardships, and I've found multiple different people kind of all saying the same thing. It's like, if you can control your thoughts, control your mind, and have a vision forward, then that is the key to getting through hard times. And the three I'm thinking of are Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, in the who's in concentration camps during the Holocaust. Alexander Dolgin, an American in Russian Gulag, he was referenced in Solzhenitsyn's book, Gulag Archipelago, whatever, about one of the only people to survive this certain prison in Russia, to survive and stay sane. This guy Alexander Dolgin, and what he did to get through that was just, he was like, okay, I'm in a prison. What was it, Lubyanka, I believe it was called. Like, how am I going to get through this? All right, I'm in Moscow. He roughly calculated the length of his cell. He's like, I'm walking back to New York, where he's from. And that's what he focused on all this time he spent imprisoned, was just like, okay, I'm walking in my mind all the way back to Brooklyn, baby. And then Iceberg Slim, Pimp Chronicles, dude was a pimp probably in New York, and he ended up in prison, and he learned that it's like if you just had to control basically the movie, the story you're telling yourself within your mind to get through the suffering that he experienced in prisons, because American prisons were pretty bad back in the day as well. Now I apply those to my life by telling myself, I'm not in a concentration camp, I'm not in a prison, so I'm gonna be able to get through whatever it is in my life.